Pal. That's J-Ache the Doper right there. And we got him on the phone with us. What's good, brother?
Hey, what up, homie? How's it going?
Pretty good. Just chilling out. Going up on a Wednesday.
Dope.
Yes. How was your night last night?
It was pretty solid, man. I'm going to have to say it was definitely the most easygoing St. Patrick's Day I've ever had, that's for sure. But there was some good news involved with it, too, so I had to take care of business rather than do the Irish thing. But what can you say, man? You got to handle what you can handle.
Yeah, man, you got to take care of business for sure. But what are you part Irish?
Oh, yeah, I'm Irish, bro. I'm Irish, French, Canadian, so that's my descent.
I did not know this. All right, well, you handled it well then.
Yeah, I totally did, man. Like, I went into work still 2 hours late, but I had to launch the tour, so there was a lot of good news going around. So I had to deal with everything like that. All my boys are calling me, hitting me up like, yo, let's go out, let's celebrate. I'm like, nah, man, I still got graphics to work on. I still got artists to hit up. There's so much work that goes into this. I thought it was over my head, but you just got to take it in stride.
Yeah, one day at a time, man. One phone call at a time, one email at a time, and slowly build it and make it happen. But yeah, definitely congratulations for making that happen, getting the tour launched. I saw a lot of the information online today, but if you got some of the dates in front of you, fire off a few of them just so people know where you're going to be at.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. This is the Spend Money to Make Money tour. It features we got some really dope artists on it. We got Carla, Slur, Main Event Icons, the homie TKP, and myself, J-Ache the Doper. We're going to be coming through Hamilton. That's the first launch party, big release party here in Steel City. That's at Club Absinthe. April 10th, we're out in Guelph at Biggie's, holding it down with my homie Robbie G hosting. April 16th, we're out in London at the APK. April 24th, we're out in Toronto at Taboo. April 25th, we're in St. Catharines at Mikado's. May 2nd, we're in Saga at the Rehearsal Factory. And then May 16th, we're ending the tour out in Sudbury out at the Theatre Cambridge. So going to be pretty dope, man. We got a decent bit of dates lined up, 7 dates. Going to have a good span, and then I'm heading to Vegas after that to enjoy myself and then just try and push the album as much as I can. So it's going to be a good time.
Word up. That sounds good. Where's the best place that people can go and check out these dates?
They can hit it up on Facebook. You can just search Spend Money to Make Money Tour in the search bar there. We're also going to have all of the tickets posted on Ticketfly, as well as we're going to be doing a wristband, so you can just pay $25. And then if you want to follow us on the tour, or if you want to hit up more than one date, then you can come to multiple shows with the wristband, as well as you get line access, a bunch of other cool stuff. We got a really solid show. Like the Guelph show is stacked, Mississauga show is stacked. We've got pretty much the best locals on each date, as well as we're bringing in a lot of really dope entertainment. We've got some comedians with us coming to some of the dates as well, too. So it's a good time for everybody. It's going to be really killer.
Boom. That's dope, man. Looking forward to checking it out. And you got the merch as well, right? I was up there last time, and you had a bunch of the new tie-dye T-shirts in.
Oh, totally, man. Yeah, I've been going hard with the tie-dye, actually. You just saying that, I've got to, plug away this weekend and do, another 25 shirts. So I do them all handmade myself. It's all unique, one-of-a-kind press. We do glow-in-the-dark. We do pretty much everything, man. I'm trying to bring it back to the essence of, Woodstock age, where everyone, went from the grassroots and they built stuff up, and they had their little merchant tables, and they sold whatever they were selling back then. And that's what I grew up on. That was my mom's asking it. It traveled on into me and grew into my roots, so I just do it now. Plus, it's a standout thing. If you're bold enough to rock tie-dye, then you're a pretty standout dude, and that's what my music represents, is bold, be unique, and that's what my merch represents as well, too. Plus, we got some cool new Team Dope style shirts coming for the tour as well. We got snapbacks coming as well, too. We got stickers, free merch and stuff. I got some free art posters from some local artists around Hamilton that you'll get when you purchase merch at the shows, too, so that's a little extra for the fans. So a lot of cool stuff for sure. Plus all the other artists, they got their really own cool merch as well, too, so it's going to be stacked. Definitely come out, check out the merch tables at all the venues for sure.
That's dope. Word up. I like it. It seems very well organized. You know what I mean? You're taking taking all of the steps, you know what I mean? As far as just, you can't, sometimes people be doing these tours, man, they set it up, they're just like, oh yeah, we'll just launch it and we'll just show up in your city and perform and hope we do well. But you know what I mean? You really gotta plan it right, bring something entertaining, and make sure that you have things crossed off, and especially bringing merch is a key thing. I see too many artists touring or going from city to city complaining about like not having enough for gas money and all things like this and that, and it's like, yo, you don't have no merch and you're complaining because you got to spend gas money. Bring some merch and you're going to make that back tenfold, you know what I mean? If you just like sell off a few t-shirts and some hats and stuff. I do it all the time at every show that I'm at, and it's like it's a huge help.
Plus, in a sense too, like you've got to have that with you. There's been times where I've been at a lot of really dope shows in Toronto and say that maybe the artist hasn't even been performing, but I've seen them at the venue and I've really wanted a project that they've dropped for free download or something along the lines of that. I'm like, yo, have you got it? And they're like, no. And I'm almost like, man, you don't have it? And like them even being more established, myself, I always make sure you have that, because really in the end of the day, what's worth the trip? Half the people in the bar, unless you're literally giving them a business card or something tangible for them to take home, they may remember your name, but there's so many other artists that they already listen to and search and are active with. They're probably not going to remember you. You have to have that merch. You have to have that CD really to make sure that it goes home and resonates with those people when they leave the club. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have that kind of stuff. That's why with the project as well too, I'm going to be dropping half of it for free download. The other half will be for purchase, and I'm also selling tangible CDs, just all local retailers, jump off, Dr. Disc locations. I'm be trying to find plugs in local cities as well too to push it, and then just do all the rest out the trunk. Because really, I've got trying to go as hard as I can with it. So I'm going to press 1,000 copies. If I need to do more runs, then I'll do what I can. But I feel like that's pretty solid, trying to push it out and see what happens. But I feel like this is going to be the best project to date with all the features and the 1.5 years work put into it, all the mastering, the whole process. I've pretty much done every single thing I could to make it the best possible. So now that I'm letting it go to the people, I've stepped, like the creative process is done. My hair is like 3 inches long. If you know me, that never happens. I haven't been fresh in so long. Like I've just literally been so focused on the music that really nothing else matters, and it's brought me to a different sense as a person, as an artist, and it's made me really, really disciplined. So this CD is going to be kind of a plateau, I could say, because everything that's going to come from this is just going to be so much better. But this is definitely going to be the best piece of work I've dropped to date. So I'm really excited for everyone to hear it. But in the same sense, just have it out and be able to promote and have a full new set, and then be really looking forward to working on an album, because I've got a lot of production. I've got a lot of dope collabs that are in the background that nobody even really knows about. And it's going to be a lot of dope work for J-Ache and dope work coming out for sure.
That's dope, man. I'm looking forward to hearing all of it, all of the new stuff. I like your music. And that's one thing that you always have on the merch tip is you got CDs with you always. You know what I mean? You've been putting in time. I remember seeing a post or something where you're like 300 tracks deep or something like that. You were saying?
Oh, yeah. Totally.
And that's good, you know what I mean? That's what makes you better, I think, as a writer, as an artist, as everything is getting content out there and then pressing it up, right, and having it available for people.
No, 100%. I feel like it was a win-lose kind of situation for me too, because I was trying to put out a lot of content to just make sure I was relevant and consistent, but in the same time I kind of lost the craftiness, and I wasn't going to say rushing songs, but kind of releasing material to release it, and kind of skipping more of the perfection side on the mastering and the mixing. And once I kind of got with people who were more professional, and they opened a whole, I won't even want to say window, I could say like a whole hallway of doors to different options with my music. Now I've been able to do things I've always been wanting to do with it, so now it's taking longer. Before, I would just really go into a studio, bang out a 16, do my dubs, do my ad-libs, and that was it, and I would get a rough mix, and then it would sound a little bit better on the master. Now that I'm with people who are more professional, I can take that extra time because I can be more in-depth because they're that more professional. So I'm really, really loving the creative process of everything, and going to school, I'm going to be heading to London for music industry arts next year to be able to do what all these people are showing me, and to be able to have complete creative control over all my music. And That's something I've wanted for a really long time, and I just didn't want to take the stress of it, and I more just wanted to write and not really focus on it. But now that I see I need that, because I can't really get it through and make the connection with the producer, I can, but it's not the exact same thing. And to be able to be an artist, if you're an artist listening, it's like one of the biggest pet peeves to be able to know what you want, but you can't get it across to the other person, or you're trying to talk to the
huge.
sound
It's
man,
paramount.
You can't get your level to that perfect sense. You know what I mean? And he's almost there, but it's not there, and it's right at the back of your head. So I'm really stoked on that, to be able to do that and just open up for Team Dope, and because I have a lot of homies too that make music, but they don't have the comfort to go to the studio. They don't have the money to be able to do that, and they're really dope artists. So I'm going to try and put my team on at the end of the day when I get out to London, and just make everything really grow and really flourish with the merch, with the music, with the shows, with everything. So
boom, boom, that's clutch, man. Definitely, you gotta spread, yourself all the way through all those avenues, and know how to mix and master your own stuff as well as write it and perform it and book your own shows and do it all now these days. It's like you can't just be an artist doing your thing and hoping that somebody else is going to come along and recognize you, be like, yo, you're talented, you're dope, dude, I'm going to do everything else for you. It's like that
totally.
Dream is dead and gone now, and you've definitely embraced that fact, and I think you're learning from the people that are out there grinding and setting up the same kind of things, and just recognizing like this is what you need to do to get where you're at. And I think there was a lot of talk before, even like production wise, like it's great that you're getting into the mixing and the mastering, but even like production, dip your hands into it too. I'm thinking about it as well, just like it's any little facet, because it helps improve the other parts of you musically and business wise, right? And then also with the self-discipline, like you were saying, right? Like even just going through the process of mixing and mastering your whole album, being in the studio every day, and like knowing which tracks need to get done, and this needs to have this hook here, and you have to contact that person to make sure they get this here and this piece here and this beat and blah blah blah. It's a really time consuming process, and you got to be on top of a lot of things. So like just doing that in itself teaches you the discipline that carries on throughout like everything in your life, not just the music that you do, right? Relationships, jobs, people that friendships, everything. Like
No, it's always there, man. I'm finding now it's just you can't. There's not enough hours in a day, to be honest. Really, like with being like still a full-time lifer, I call it. With still having to go to a job and deal with everything else like that. Like I'm a full-time artist, but I still have to work a job. But I haven't made it yet. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be a long time till I do. And I feel like there's not enough hours in the day. That's pretty much the main sentence for me. If there was more time, I would be able to do more, but you can't. And without having money to either pay people, like you said, someone's not going to come along and just do it for free. And chances are it may be a homie that's trying to help you manage, or a buddy selling your merch at their merch table. And yeah, that's all good, but that's not someone trying to get you paid gigs or sending out 50 emails every day. You know what I mean? Pushing your press kit. That comes with money. If you have money, then you can get there. But really, when we're paying more, almost in a sense, to get our exposure, like how you said, trying to go to a venue without merch, and if you don't sell any merch and you paid for gas, and if you didn't collect any fans, then really, yeah, you got to rock the stage and you went to a different city, but really that was a lose situation. Everything's exposure and everything's good at the end of the day, but really you have to be critical when it comes down to it, because if you want to make it and you want to be a standout, you have to think that way. If you're just going into the show, or if you're just going into pressing something or whatever it is, you always have to have something behind you, and I feel like there's not enough time, or it's always a money factor, and that's why it all resonated back to spend money to make money, because if you can't get time back. But if you're always fluctuating your money into something that you can make money back off of, like how we were saying, doing our own shows, pressing our own merch, and doing that, then that's recyclable cash flow. And we're building a business underneath that. I'm not saying, knock on wood, it could happen, it couldn't, but if my clothes pop off and some skate company sees it and they're like, yo, we want you to sponsor this guy, that could be a big check. Or maybe someone seeing my promotion side of it and being like, yo, we want you to manage this one artist, we see what you've done with your shows in your city, we want you to manage them on these couple of dates, here's a check for that. If I wasn't just doing all those things and just rapping, then I wouldn't be able to have any of those outlets. And like how you were saying, it's definitely something to have, for sure. And the production side, I've actually been trying to like find beats and sample and flip stuff, but I feel like I'm so blank to the mixing and the mastering and the programs. But once I get to London, it'll definitely be something that'll click more, and I definitely want to get into production because how we were saying creative control, to be able to have an idea, make the beat, build your lyrics around a beat that you can then recreate, do the drops, do whatever. You're literally manhandling every aspect of the song to then go into mixing and mastering it. It's a perfect reverb, the effect, whatever you want to put on it. That's full creative control of what you just did. You just produced, wrote, and then you're going to go take that song at a show you threw and perform it and then sell it on a CD for the merch that you just pressed. That's amazing that you can do that. That's what a real artist does, and that's what a real entrepreneur does. And that's what spend money to make money is all about. If you're out there doing that, then you're going to respect this album, and you're going to see where the grind comes from and the ambition, and just respect me as a person and what I do, and respect the music. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of, there's actually not a lot, there's millions, not millions, but hundreds and thousands of dope artists that are coming up or doing this all around the world, and they're doing the exact same thing as us because they realize labels are only hitting so many artists, and at the end of the day, you got to do it, and no one else is going to do it for you. So spend money to make money, man. It's coming April 3rd. Look out for it.
April 3rd, and you're here in Guelph on the 10th down at Biggie's. Go and check that out, people. The event has just been launched. I'll be on there very shortly doing all the invite blasts and all that good stuff, making sure people know what is popping. And get the place packed up, because that's what we do here in Guelph for the hip-hop show. Should be a live one, as always, and definitely some dope artists on there. Looking forward to seeing a lot of those familiar faces. Carla, TKP, then, of course, the people from Guelph holding it down.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a solid show for sure. If we can get into the tour, like I was saying, Carla, she's been on a really, really good tip. She's had some Juno nominations and whatnot. TKP, obviously, you've been working with him on a lot of big shows. He just did the Socrates, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I think I just seen him on Kill a Priest, so he's been banging off like good headliners constantly. My homie Slur, he's been coming out of the woodwork of 2 projects. He's got one full solo project coming out, and then one called Me and the Homies, or I Brought My Friends With Me, or something along the lines of that. I can't remember the exact name of the title, but that's with a bunch of dudes who he's collabed with and other producers, and he's got his album in the works as well too. And then the Homies Main Event Icons, they're crazy, dude. Like they're 2 blood brothers, so their synergy and the way they do their ad-libs and everything is literally like they end each other's sentences. It's nuts. And they've been rapping for probably 6-7 years together, and they had a little hiatus, and they're back together now, purely focused. And Ace Bailey, one of the brothers in the group, he just won the songwriting contest for the Junos in Hamilton with Hashi the Mouthpiece and Kirby. Okay. He got to perform on CHCH. I think actually maybe got to perform at opening at the Junos too with Hashi and Cardinal Official. So he's been on a run, and it's just been snowball effecting. So I hollered at him because he was a local legend in Dundas hip hop, not even Hamilton. So I was like, yo, this dude's back. This would be so perfect. And the way everything is kind of came together, it's almost organic. Like me and Slur, we've been wanting to work on something for a really long time, and finally got to link through a personal buddy of mine who's a cameraman who's actually going to be doing all the media on the tour. And me and TKP linked a while back, way back. And now we've been building, and I'm going to be living with him in London at a student house. And me and Carla, we've been talking, and I've been helping her put on the shows and linking with other promoters throughout the city, because there's not really a girl in the city that's really popping, you know what I mean? And she's got super dope talent, so I'm down to push her and link with her and make sure that at the end of the day, if she rises and goes somewhere, she's going to remember me, because she's got that star quality. She's got the look, she's got the voice, she's got all of that. So if anyone's going to make a deal, it'd probably be her out of all 5 of us, to be honest, man, not even going to lie. But the tour's stacked. I feel like we're all really professional with what we do. We've all got really, really dope lyrics. We've all got a different sense to us, though. That's the cool thing about it. And I think the different cities, people are going to vibe with different people on it. Like Toronto, I may get felt more. Guelph, Slur may get felt more. But at the end of it, we're all going to get a lot of exposure, and we're all going to build, and we're all going to get to grow as a team, all pretty much coming from Hamilton or surrounding areas. It's going to be good for the city, and then just good for all of us as artists. and everyone on the tour as openers too, because we all get to network and grow and build with each other. Like I was even saying, like, yo, you'd be perfect with this guy, because some of the dudes who I've been booking, I've been listening to a lot of their music, checking them out, and it's like, man, this is crazy. And I got some collabs lined up, like the homie Mordecai and Cetus and Guelph. We got 2 joints coming. The Mordecai collab's crazy. I love that dude's music. He goes in. And then I've got some works with some dudes in St. Catharines. So just as the tour already launched, I've already made networking capabilities with everybody, and it's going to work for all the other artists on the tour too. So make sure you check those guys out. Carla Alves, Fleur, Main Event Icons, and TKP. You can hit them up all on all the social media sites, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. So make sure you check out their music too. It's going to be really solid.
Word up, word up. Definitely support the artists that are on the tour, support the artists in the cities, the local artists, everybody that makes these shows happen. You know what I mean? It's so crucial to have them a part of the show. And it's so good to be able to tour with people that you know and friends, you know, people that you've worked with before, people that you have close relationships with, and it's so much more fun than just touring by yourself. Like I've done both. I've done the touring with the friends and touring by myself, and it's so much better when you have a chance to bring some people with you.
Oh, totally, man. I want to ask you, in 3 words, how can you describe a tour? Like 3 words that just pop into your head. Like tiring, like because this is my first one, right? And I think this is the first tour for a lot of the artists, so we're just getting our feet wet with this. And I know you've been around the block, I don't know, a couple 100 times now.
Yeah, so like, I don't know, fun is number 1 because you get to do what you love. Stressful, number 2, because it's, you know, definitely there's a lot of things that you gotta manage and everything like that, and it's a sacrifice at the end of the day. Sacrifice for yourself, for if you've got family or anything like that, it's a big sacrifice, or loved one that you have to leave during that time. It's always pretty hard, especially if you're doing like a couple weeks or even like a month tour across Canada or something, where you're like piecing out from somebody that you like see every day and you're used to like being around. It's pretty hard, so that's definitely sacrifice. But at the end of the day, like number 1 thing, yeah, it's fun. You know, it's fun for sure. Those are my 3 words. O.
That's dope, man. That's solid.
What are your 3 words like thinking towards it? Sorry to interrupt you there.
Oh, no worries, man. I feel like it's pretty much the same thing. Like the number 1 thing for me now is just stress. I haven't had any fun yet, but you know what I mean? I haven't started, but I already feel like the reward has came from it. So it's beneficial. I could guess that at the end of the day, it's beneficial. And as an artist, that's the main thing that I need right now. I'm not saying like the headliners in Hamilton aren't beneficial towards me, or doing like a dope, big local gig in the city with a lot of sick artists on it, but the name of J-Ache the Doper in Steel City is pretty much there. It may get a bit more prominent. It may have a bit more glow to it throughout maybe the next year or 2, but whoever knows Hamilton hip-hop knows of me, and that's about that. And the opportunities here are about as big as I can get. It's not like people are throwing huge venues at Cops Coliseum, or I can't remember the name, what they call it now, Main Event Center or something, but no one's doing that. I've done all the big shows, so now it's about getting something that's beneficial. And this tour, they only maybe have 35, 50, maybe tops 150 people at these venues, but every one of those fans are going to be new fans that haven't heard my music, or new artists that I can network with. To me, that's beneficial.
Yeah.
So I definitely need that with the tour. I don't know. And then I guess I could go with like, well, it's going to be fun. Yeah, you're totally right, man. It's going to be fun. Any hip-hop show's fun. If you're in the worst mood, like I did Mad Child on my birthday weekend. I blacked out. I threw my back out. I was in the worst mood. And when I had to do that show, I got in there. I stood around, started nodding my head, started loosening up a bit. My back was still so tense I could barely move. I'm like, how am I going to manage getting on stage? I started seeing a couple of homies. Everyone's propsing me super hard, giving me that like big back smack hug that they do when you see somebody in the club. I'm like, oh, so everyone's like half cracking my back before I get on stage. I get up there, beat drops, mic goes, I kill my set, I partied, I had the illest time, and I completely forgot about everything. And I know at the end of the day with this tour, it's probably going to be stressful getting there, running around, finding DJs I've never seen, never met, dealing with sets, new artists, collecting cash, the door, everything else. But once we're driving home and I know that it was beneficial, then it'll all be worth it. So definitely fun, beneficial, and stressful.
Definitely.
Like I said, risk for the reward, man. That's what it's about, really. If there's no risk, there's no reward. And if you gotta balance your strengths, your weaknesses, and your opportunities and your threats to every single situation, and really look at it and be like, is this gonna work? And if it does, then clearly jump on it. If it's half and half, and your heart's in it, then go for it. And if it's a dud, well then probably stay away from it. But we all know we've taken those shows or taken those opportunities because our heart was in it too much and it didn't work out. But this tour is about just getting our feet wet, testing it out, seeing what's up, and then hopefully for next summer doing the album tour and just making everything bigger and bigger. So look out for new big things. Spend money to make money, man. Jake's the doper.
That's what it is. That's what it is. You're going to be in Guelph April 10th here at Biggie's. Look out for that, people, and you can check all the information, the dates and stuff on your Facebook page. Go and look at that. And what's another place, like the best place people can go to check your music? Would you say YouTube, SoundCloud, or what's your favorite one?
I would say to hit me up on YouTube, man. Kings Without Crowns. You can just Google Kings Without Crowns. I'm on everything. I'm on Hot New Hip Hop. I'm on. But just hit me up. Kings Without Crowns, KINGZ, Without Crowns with a Z. YouTube that. I also did the 52 Beats Challenge. There's a YouTube page for that. I did a remix every week for a year straight back in 2011, 2012 when Crooked Eye and everyone was doing the challenge. So definitely check out that if you're new to my music. And check out www.reverbnation.com/Kings Without Crowns. You can check out the merchandise there, the T-shirts. You can check out exclusive interviews there as well, and all links and downloads to all 13 mixtapes and all 300 tracks that are online. So definitely check that out if you're a new fan of the music. And if you're a recent fan, then go check it out anyways and bump some Jake's the Doper, man. It's a Wednesday night. Get it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And we're going to hit him with a little bit more here on the airwaves. The two that you had sent me here, we hit them first with the Plates of Fires one. And then I got this one called Solo Project. Is that what the title of the track is? Or?
Yeah, homie. This one, it's like we were saying before, you just got to do it on your own. And really, at the end of the day, I was shout out to Team Dope. I still love everybody, Swift G, Marley Mac, Toxic, but it's a solo thing for me now. I got to work it and do it on my own. So this track really expresses that. I won SOTI Hamilton, so I won a video from Ill Vibe Production. So I went up to Toronto and we went and shot this at Euphonic Sound Studio. I think the video is going to be dropping in the next week or two, right around when the album comes out. So look out for that. Shot by Ill Vibe. Shout out to Ill Vibe. Shout out to all Team Dope. And this is Solo Project, man. Let's get it.
All right, word up. Much respects, man. Thanks a lot for talking, and I'll link up with you very shortly, and I'll see you here on the 10th.
No doubt, homie. Make sure you go check out Biggie's April 10th, man. Spend money to make money tour all day.
All right, word up. Respects, brother.